Alright, guys, I need to talk to you for a minute. I know, again, I'm driving. I really hate that I do so many of these when I'm driving. But I just had a conversation with my mom about 45 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago. So a little bit of a setup for this. My daughter went and spent the night last night with my parents, and she's gonna spend the night tonight. So because my parents watch her on Monday mornings. And I had asked yesterday if they would be, my mom would be interested in Moira spending the night there last night, and then today I go pick up Moira and my mom, and the two of them come back to our house and stay the night there for a couple different reasons. But my mom was like, no, there's a reason why I don't want to do that, but I'm not going to tell you because you'll try to fix it. And so she didn't tell me why she didn't want to come over. I had a feeling it had to do with money, but I wasn't going to press the issue. My parents have pride. So anyways, I called a little while ago to see how things are going, check on my daughter, and she was outside playing with my dad. They were having a blast. It was a short conversation, no big deal. I went in the store. I had to pick up some pens for my amazing notebook. So I'm in the store. I have my items. I'm ready to walk out of the store, and my phone rings. It's my parents. And I'm like, oh, maybe my mom decided she wanted to talk to me because I didn't talk to her. And I pick up the phone, I answer the call, and my mom's on the line, and she's crying. The last time my mom called me in tears was when my grandma passed away. So immediately, the first thing that goes through my mind is my great-grandma died. My great-grandma is pushing 100. She's almost there, and her health hasn't been too well. So the first thing that my mind goes to is, oh my God, Grandma Gracie passed away. And it was like a 5-second shock until my mom starts talking. Now, first of all, let me apologize. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video. I'm sorry. There's a lot of unpacking that has to go along with this. So my mom, when she finally starts talking, tells me that tomorrow she's going to go to the emergency room. And I'm like, wait, what? My mom has type 2 diabetes. She was diagnosed with diabetes in, I think, 2009 or 2010. And my mom has never been a firm believer in modern medicine for whatever reason. So when she found out she was diabetic, she was adamant that she was going to learn to control it herself and that she could reverse her diabetes before it became a problem. Which, not to discredit that, because that is a thing. You know, if you get diagnosed as a diabetic early enough and you change your lifestyle, change your diet, change your activity, there's no reason why you can't heal your body, why you can't continue to work well with your body without needing a range of medication. That's not the case with my mom, though. My mom knows what to eat. She knows how she should eat. And about 80% of the time, she's okay with that. But she would rather stop eating fruit and vegetables or complex carbs. She would rather stop eating that and instead eat several snack cakes in one sitting or have a Coke. Granted, if she had a Coke, it would last her like 3 days, a 20 ounce, but that's not the point. You shouldn't be having pop if you're a diabetic. especially if you're a diabetic without medication. So fast forward, at some point my mom decided she was going to start taking medication. She was put on, I believe, 3 different medicines. One was something for nerve issues, and metformin and something else. Or maybe it was just the 2. I don't remember. 2 or 3 medications. And I think things were fine. I think things were relatively okay. And then about a year and a half ago, my dad lost his job. They haven't had health insurance in probably close to 5 or 6 years. So my dad lost his job about a year and a half ago and struggled to find employment. Those of you guys who know me personally know that, like, last November, I posted a GoFundMe campaign that my parents asked me to start because they were 4 months behind on their mortgage and about to lose the house. My parents have been struggling a lot since last summer, struggling to even have, like, gas. My mom told me on the phone today that even if my dad were to have a job, so he did get employment, he did find a company to work for, but they're a piece of shit dickhole company, pardon my French, who age discriminates against my dad and doesn't give him jobs. So my dad hasn't been working again. So he hasn't been working. They don't have any money. My mom said that even if his boss were to call him up and say, we have a job for you tomorrow, that my dad probably doesn't even have the gas to get to the job. So that's the situation my family's in. My mom hasn't had her medication as a result in a really long time, because there's no insurance and they don't have any money. And my mom can't work because of the complications with her diabetes. Anything that requires her to sit or stand for long periods of time causes her too much pain and she can't do it. Along with that, she's not cut out for customer service type things. So, like, working as someone in a call center, or for example, she would not do well in that environment at all. Trust me. So, hold on, time out. I gotta turn. Okay, so this is where we are now. Sometime around last fall, October, November, something like that, my mom had an infection on her big toe. And all of us were like, Mom, go to the emergency room. Mom, it doesn't matter that you don't have insurance. Go to the emergency room. You know, who cares that you don't have the money? You need medical help. And she refused. She was like, I'm taking care of it on my own and it's gonna be fine. No big deal. And the infection seemed to clear up and go away. Her toe did start to look better. However, still awful. If any of you guys know someone who has diabetes and did not keep it in control, you know exactly what I mean when I say her feet are awful. They're constantly swollen and poofy. They look marbled and just bad. Okay, her feet look awful, hands down. There's no denying that. So everything seemed like her feet were just ugly, but it seemed like maybe the bad part was gone. So I guess my dad brought home some peroxide today. And my mom has been using peroxide to, like, soak her toes every couple of days or something. And because they haven't had peroxide, she hasn't done it in a little while. So she soaked her toes, and when she was done soaking her toes, she took her feet out, and in her words, there was a gaping wound, a hole in her toe. She sent me a picture and it didn't look that serious. But obviously it's that serious. She called me in hysterics. You guys, there is nothing worse than trying to talk on the phone to one of your parents when they are sobbing uncontrollably. I don't do well with other people's emotions. I know I just said in my last video that I like to be there for people, and I do. I very much like to be there for people, but it doesn't mean that I don't become very uncomfortable when someone is like extremely upset and crying and sobbing to me. I have a difficult time with that. So I'm trying to comfort her. I'm trying to tell her that maybe things won't be that bad. Maybe you're not going to lose your toe or toes, whatever. You know, just go. And I tell her, well, let me come and get Moira. You can go to the emergency room tonight. Don't wait until tomorrow. And I'm like, I can cancel my classes. It's not the end of the world. The semester's almost over and I haven't canceled classes once, so I'm fine with that. But she was like, no, it doesn't matter. I'll just go tomorrow. Keep in mind, if she were to go tomorrow, she wouldn't be able to go until like, I don't know, 5 o'clock at night, 4 o'clock at night maybe. And that's ridiculous. That's 24 hours from now. If you have an open wound on your foot and you are emotionally unstable, you don't wait 24 hours. And no offense, but if you're going to be emotionally unstable, I don't really want my kid taking in all the negativity and all that emotion. She's a toddler, and she will take all of that in and absorb it, and then it will come out in sassy toddler form. Mom doesn't need that. So that's that. That's the story. I'm on my way now to go pick her up. My mom and dad don't know that I'm going there to pick them up. I'm also going to stop and get, if I can do it with plastic, I'm going to get a like $25 gas card for my parents, because who knows, maybe they don't even have gas to get to the emergency room. I don't know. So I'm on my way to go pick her up, and I'm just feeling so many emotions. On the one hand, I want to be compassionate and sympathetic and kind to my mom, who is obviously upset. She's obviously very scared. She's worried. My mom is a worst case scenario kind of person. So, you know, she already has all of her toes cut off and it's the end of the world. And my dad is not any better. He probably already has her, you know, 6 feet under. So on the one hand, I want to be the compassionate, kind, caring daughter who will emotionally support my very upset mom. But I also have fear and an upset, scared feeling. This is my mom. And even though my mom pisses me off sometimes, like you wouldn't believe, she's my mom, and she's setting herself up to be dead in 10 years. My mom is not that old. She's not even 60. Don't ask me to do math while I'm driving and talking. That's not going to happen. She was born in 1965. It's 2019. You figure it out. But she's not even that old, and she's setting herself up to be dead in under 10 years because she can't take care of herself. She has no willpower, no, like, self-control. If there are snack cakes in the house, because my dad's not diabetic. In fact, shit, my dad could put on like 50 pounds, and that would be great. So if there's a box of snack cakes in the house, she is kind of a night owl. She always has been for a really long time. So she'll stay up really late and just eat an entire box of snack cakes because she's bored and doesn't know what else to do. And I can't say that I'm not guilty of eating when I'm bored. But if I know that I'm an unmedicated diabetic who who's already suffering serious consequences from my diabetes, maybe I would be a little bit more thoughtful about whether or not I'm gonna snack on a box of snack cakes versus anything else. Shit, anything else. So I'm torn because I want to be the compassionate daughter. I'm scared and I'm upset for my mom. I can't imagine the fear of thinking you might have to lose a body part. My mom, for all of her like anger and whatever, I'm trying to be nice. For all of the negative aspects that my mom has, when it comes to a lot of things, she's a big baby. And she may be as old as she is, but I can tell you right now that internally, she is 5. She's a 5 or 6 year old scared little kid. So I have those emotions, but at the same time, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off and I'm angry because my mom has not taken her health seriously for years, and she essentially let herself get into this situation. I know some of it is, there's only so much you can do when you don't have any money, and you're living on the food you get from the food pantry, like the 5 boxes of spaghetti that they just got yesterday. So I know that some things are out of their control, but this is not a new thing. This is not something that's new to the last year and a half, 2 years. These have been struggles that have been going on for, like I said, 10, 15 years. I believe she was diagnosed in 2008 or 2009. So that gives you, again, a sense of how long this has been an issue. And I'm angry and I'm frustrated because we told her with her toe before, go to the emergency room, get it taken care of. Even when her toe was fine seemingly, and she was out of medication and worried because she was out of medication, we told her, go to the emergency room, go to the doctor. It doesn't matter if you don't have money, they're not going to turn you away. And for reasons of her pride, for reasons of her stubbornness, whatever, she never went. And now we're in this situation. Now we're here. And you guys, I'm sorry this is such a long video. I'm just I needed someone to talk to, and it's you guys. My problem is, I know that I have people I could call and talk to. I know I have people who are there for me. It's not me thinking I don't have friends. It's that I care about my friends so much, I don't want to burden them with my shit. And I thought about, instead of making a video, I thought about calling some of my friends and talking to somebody while I drove. But I was like, well, they're probably having family time. I don't want to interrupt their family time with my stuff. You know, I don't want to ruin somebody's day or whatever with my stuff. So, hence, there's this video that is going to be 20 minutes long. A 20-minute long video. I'm really sorry, you guys. But on that note, I am about 15, 20 minutes away from their house. I'm going to try to compose myself a little bit and calm down before I get there. So, I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around and listening to me. You are all the freaking best. And I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.